hours. 5 tracks. Races. Reversed grids. One champion. Hello everybody and welcome to Dynamic GT League's Mjao for race 5 and race 6 from the Sardegna circuit. Quick look at the current championship standings. I haven't got time to go through them all, but you can see that SGP is leading the way, but he's not going to be leading the way here from pole. So let's hand over to our taters. So here we go then from Sardegna. There's no sardines, but there is a few cars on the grid as we turn around to face those mighty beasts, the Trans Ams, and Ray in the commentary box. How are you, Ray, as Bob is on pole?
Bob's on pole? Fuck yeah. No, it's 808.
808, aye, 69 here.
Oh, yeah, 69 in second place, and then we got Jimmy. Jimmy, come back, Jimmy.
Alright, Dave, it's Richie, 4th place.
Gary. And
then we got Dave and R, and then we got Dave the R. Alright, Dave. How you doing, Dave?
Then we got SGP, I can't think of a voice for him. And then we've got the secret headphone guy.
Aye. And then we got Twilight. I forgot what position we're up to now as well. Bunzel, by the way. Bunzel joining us for a race. Nice to see him. Yeah. And then Hay started at the back. Now Hay,
like a
it is, isn't it? Well, Hay would have been up near the front. However, bit of lag issues. He's opted to start at the back. So 4 lights, 5 lights, and away they go. I was thinking about what they say is Smokey the Bandit, but nothing really came to mind. Oh, Jimmy's had a decent start. He's all over the back of SRI. Oh, SRI's all over the back of Bob.
808. What was that call thing?
118.
Your number.
Oh, Bob and Jimmy sideways. Bob and Jimmy off. Oh, big crash at the first couple of corners.
What's something else off? Gary's off.
Is it Gary or is it Gary? Alright, Gary. Deep Dog giving Rich a little bit of a nudge, and Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy's off. Oh dear. Oh, someone else has just got massively deep as well. It was Twilight.
Whoa. Back onto track there. Oh, somebody late on the brakes in the back cam there. That was pardon me. I bucked while I was talking there.
Well done. I can't do both. Demon Isle is slow on the pack cam. Oh, I wonder if he's waiting for Jimmy. Maybe Demon Isle gave Rich a bit of a nudge into Jimmy. Oh, we've got 3 wide with Rich. Hay and SGP. Now the drivers are going to have to be careful. We've got a lovely banked left-hand corner, and then we've got a very interesting over the crest of the hill, downhill, right-hand corner, which gives opens up to a bit of a surprise, doesn't it, Ray?
Yeah.
That
very big surprise.
Was you trying to think what it was?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out my audio. My audio had went a wee bit.
That's what happens when you burp and talk at the same time. You can't hack it. Gary up the inside of Rich Blues. Rich doing a little bit of a switchback as SGP on the base screen. All over the back of Hay, who's holding station at the moment. Dave the Arm, though, leading the Ray. Well, he is leading the Ray because he's leading SRI. And then we've got Steve F1 in 3rd, and then SGP and Hay side by side for 4th at the moment. Then on the pack cam, it looks about 8 wide. And that's I'm not being offensive towards anybody's body size. Oh, look at the man, a body roll. Oh, SGP. Oh, someone else was off big time on the pack cam then. Is that, no, it's not Dave the Arp, is it?
Bob.
Ah, yeah, it is. It's Bob. It is, yeah. The red car that isn't Dave the Harp and isn't Twilight is Bob. It just takes a while to work out if it's Dave or Twilight.
It takes a while to figure out if it's either of them. As we see, Demon and Twilight have a wee touch.
No wrong with a wee touch as long as it's consensual.
What's that song? Touch me here, cheeky boys.
I was thought he was going to go, no square. Don't touch me there.
I forgot about that one.
So Demon R, Twilight, side by side behind Bunsell. Great to see Bunsell back on track. Oh, Demon R up the inside. Yeah, I mean, Bunsell, he had a big change of job and a change of location. He really had to rise to the occasion of his new job. But it did mean like early starts, like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I think he's going back to his old job of working with the horses. So the lasagnas will be incoming.
I thought he was having a loaf with it.
Oh, maybe. Oh, wobbly Bob. I'm guessing that's Bob because I think Twilight went off in the background.
I don't know. Is it?
Oh no, it was Twilight.
The Twilight's still on track though.
Yeah.
So is it Bob or Dave the Harp?
I can't. Oh, it's not Dave the Harp. Dave the Harp's leaving.
Dave the Harp's at first. Yeah, so that's Bob.
Bunsell. Oh, yeah.
Bunsel's having a wee look at the background. Jimmy getting it stopped.
Jimmy did. Hay didn't. He's in the barrier over on the right there. Look. There is a couple of cars with chameleon type paint on, isn't there today? I must admit, I do like the look of these cars. These are Pontiacs.
Yeah. Why? This chameleon thing has just got me thinking. Why was Boy George banned from the lizard enclosure?
Oh, because he kept coming in the chameleons.
Well,
Was that right?
Because he came down a chameleon.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, see. It's nice to fuck up one of your jokes for a change. SRI is second place at the moment. I don't think, though, can keep hold or keep close to Dave the Arp. There's a few seconds between them. And I'm trying to think, SRI's wide, that's where the wall is, but it's not hit it. Is it the other one instead? Big sideways. Oh, SGP's lost it. So SRI's only going to lose the one place then. That got lucky. Oh, here comes Demon R sideways. Then there's Hay sideways, and Bunsell, and Rich, and Bob. All right, Bob.
808. I got your number.
808. It should be. It sounds like it should be.
808. 808.
Oh, can you tell we've had a drink today? We're not doing commentary on the normal day that we would. So we've been there's been a few cocktails consumed by Ray and a couple of beers by me. Okay, so what we've got here, that SGP all over the back of SRI.
Is he going to go for it into turn one? No, he's holding. He's wanting the exit. He's wanting the exit. It looks like he's getting it.
What's that? He's holding his exit. Around the outside. Nice move.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, on the pack cam, I think that's Hay ahead of Bunsell. It's hard to really see Hay with that chameleon body paint. He tends to blend into things quite often. Other cars. So Demon R closing in on the back of Jimmy. Jimmy doing well actually in 5th place as Demon R's flashing his headlights, trying to get his attention by the looks of things.
Yeah, flashing the tic-tacs in the pack cam. We can see Bunsell catching up on Hay. He's not going for the move yet. Gave him a wee bump draft into that corner there. Yeah. But Bob's looking on the inside on the back cam, saw it.
Oh, Jimmy just dipped a wheel on the exit of the bank left-hander. Now he's going defensive and he's going sideways as well as Bunsell also loses a position to Bob. Is Jimmy going to get the wall? No, he's not.
SRI must have been wide there. I seen a puff of dust.
A puff of dust? Oh, yeah.
A puff of dust.
I see the magic dragon called Puff.
Yeah, that's quite a good film, actually.
Puff the
I might
magic
have to.
dragon.
I have to put that on for the kids.
Yeah, try saying that to a kid nowadays. All right, do you want to watch Puff with me?
Do you want to watch Puff the Magic Dragon?
Or do you want to watch the Magic Roundabout? What's it about?
I never watched
What's
that.
it about, Dad? Well, there's a dog who's Oh, Jimmy's off big time. That's not
Somebody
part
else
of
is off as well.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it 808?
It was either that or Twilight. It was 808. Either I just heard a baby or you've got a velociraptor in your house. Oh, Jimmy's off, Bunsel's off, Bob's off, but luckily gets between the two of them. Managed to get away with that one in 808. Who's that there? It's getting a bit dark on this camera there all of a sudden.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like, Jesus, I've got my specs on and they're clean, but yeah, it went very dark there.
Yeah, it's that's what happens when you drink too much. It does get very, very dark. That was happening to me a lot last night, actually. Sitting there watching, I'm trying to play Pro Evo, actually, and every now and again it's like, that was a long blink. Why have I ended a blink looking at my toes? So, there we go. Oh, Jimmy and Bob! Side by side, what a bit of battling we had there. It's almost like watching two bandits going at it. Not arse bandits, they're just like smoking bandits.
Did you say arse bandits?
I did, yeah. I did say not arse bandits. But
Oh, what you said. We're going to see the slipstream from Bob and
he's going
and
to get
the
it
boost as
right
well.
up there, isn't he?
Yeah, it's whether does he come pull out and go for the overtake.
Is he going to go for the clean line or the dirty line? SRI just went a bit wide. Oh, he's wobbly. Oh, that's going to go. Hey, he's wide. I think it's Hay. No, it was Jimmy.
No, Jimmy.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy Chameleon. For you, son of a bitch. Every fucking time.
What's up?
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy and Bob having a nice wee battle. Jimmy going for the switchback. Oh, he's very sideways on the back cam there.
Interesting.
So we see GP flashing his tic-tacs, but he's closing in.
Well,
Steve F1.
Yeah, I was going to say he has been closing in on him. I wonder if he's got any kind of a message for Steve F1, maybe. It's for you.
Hello?
I read the library. Right, okay, so what
There's
we
no answer to that.
it's
That's a cold caller, isn't it?
you got to put your headphones in. That's why. You have to put your headphones in to hear it. Oh, the back cam. Is that Hay or is that Jimmy? I think that was Jimmy. Yeah. SGP's all over the back of Steve F1 now. And interestingly,
Was that a sex call?
oh yeah, it's Steve on Steve action. He's getting his nose right up in there. When two become one.
Hi there, Steve. I like your ass, but I'm gonna have to pull out for turn 1.
Well,
You can take turn 2.
Oh, he might take it as well. Walla walla bing bang. What a move! They never should have added sound effects to.
Discord.
No, really shouldn't have done. Okay, especially when we've had a few drinks. On the pack cam, Twilight's battling with Hay, I think it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. And I tell you what, it's very close behind them. Also, Demon R and SRI battling for 4th and 5th at the moment. But here's that pack battle. Oh, Twilight goes a little bit deep.
Went deep. Yeah, he's went deep. But is Bob going to get a run on him? 808. And then who's that? Gary. Not really seen Gary much since the start.
That's true.
He's getting back in there.
You know how you can tell when you've gone too deep?
Because if you go to deep, this is what they do.
I was going to make something up. Oh, sideways, few cars sideways. I think they heard. Oh, I think someone may have been in the wall as well. Yeah, or Rich. Yeah, he heard your comment, and yeah, not impressed. Okay, on the pack cab, Demon R got SRI behind him, but hey, battling with Bunsel and Jimmy and Twilight. Is there going to be anywhere for Twilight to go? Now, I must admit, this is a kind of situation where I think for the drivers, even though you may be able to... Oh,
who's on the pits?
Jimmy.
Jimmy's went in pits? There's no tyre wear.
No.
There's no fuel.
Exactly. I don't know why he would go for a pit stop unless it was to avoid going 4 wide, Ray. It may... Oh, on the pack cam, Bob's off. Someone else is off as well. The big chaos down at turn 1. Oh, Demon R's wide. That's going to let SRI through. Oh, what a plonker. Oh, look at that pack cam. It's getting a bit busy. I was going to say, though, Ray, yeah, it's probably not wise for the drivers to make it 4 wide on a bit of road that can barely fit 3 wide. Like that. Oh, yeah, like that, because you end up with 2 cars in the gravel. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. You know what they say about that one, don't you?
Sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's coming in hot, going out cold.
Yep, exactly. Okay, Bunsel all over the back of 808. I've already mentioned it's great to see Bunsel here. Oh, who was that? Someone just went left. I know you're not looking because you're too busy looking for sound effects. Oh, Gary got big time sideways.
Rich sideways? What the hell?
He was, yeah. I think it was Rich.
I don't think he went fast enough.
Well, according to his wife, he does. Oh dear. Or is it according to the wife, not fast enough?
Then she says, "Oh, gear, no idea."
Yeah. Well,
and I have the text to prove it.
That's me. What you think's in the dungeon? So okay, 808 leads Gary, leads Bunsel, leads Hay, who leads Rich Blues. They're kind of getting 3 wide, nearly 4 wide. It's risky into turn 1. Can they get through? Yes, they do. Nicely done.
Yeah, nice bit of racing.
You don't mind if they go 3 wide when they just. Oh, and then that happens. Oh, dear.
Gary lost that. He's still losing it.
Well, he either lost it or he was helped to lose it. I couldn't tell you exactly which one. I've just noticed the exhaust pipes out the back of this car look quite weird on some of the camera angles. It makes it look like the car's got udders. Oh, excuse me. Right, just to let you know, we've got 4.5 minutes left of this race. 20-minute race here, then we'll have a short break, and we'll have a 20-minute race at this track again, but in different cars. So Demon R trying to close in on SRI, again a little bit too sideways. And on the pack cam, we've got Rich Blues behind Bob.
Yeah. So just watching this battle, the Demon R try to close up in SRI. But yeah, did you hear they made a new Afghan Barbie?
A new Afghan Barbie?
Yeah.
What is it like? Yabba dabba barbecue!
Yeah.
Go on.
It's a blow up doll.
Oh, God. Oh.
You fucker.
That was a pretty good. That was pretty good. I was thinking barbecue, not like Barbie doll. But
Well, it's Afghan.
yeah. Do you know what happened when I shouldn't tell this joke actually? I'm not gonna. What happened when the Afghan child went to take your kid to school? Take your kid to work day. He ended up over there, over there, over there, and over there.
Yeah, as we can see, Demon R closing in SRI.
By the way, I got that from Jeff Dunham and Ahmed. Right. Yeah.
Silence, I kill you.
Silence, I kill you. Yeah. Or Ahmedina when his sister had to appear. Okay, Demon R trying to put the pressure on SRI. I tell you what, though, Dave the Arp has been leading this race since the first lap, you know, and he's got a big gap.
Oh,
He's also go on.
Smacky there.
Oh, what on Dave's big gap?
I guess I get sideways in it.
Oh, that was close to the wall. Side by side they go. Oh, not anymore. Oh, I have to see.
I don't think SRI could hold that on the outside because there's going to be marbles in that outside and it's just going to make the car slide in. So is it going to look for the drive out the start on the start finish line? As we see Bonzo on the back of Hay. Oh,
it was
Jimmy.
Switched. Yeah.
Was that Jimmy?
Oh, was that David Ogg looking for a pit lane? But let's not forget as well, Jimmy pitted a couple of laps ago, didn't he? And he's in 6th.
He's at front of the pack.
Yeah. Maybe.
Twilight and 808 having a wee battle.
Yeah. Maybe Jimmy went for warm tyres. Maybe the tyres would be getting cold.
The way he goes sideways, how would they ever get fucking cold?
True. Well, when he parked it in the gravel. Boom, boom. Oh, Bunzel big time sideways. That's just let Jimmy off a little bit, but he's now got Twilight and Bob either side of him. SRI trying to close in on the back, and Demon R having a cheeky look up the inside. And on the pack cam, it's still getting busy as we've got 1 minute 20 to go.
Yeah, it's nearly 4 wide there. Oh, somebody's off. Who's that? Somebody's spinning. It's either Twilight or Bob.
I think that one was Bob. SRI's having a look up the inside into the back left-hander.
Try to go on.
I thought you were doing Fred Flintstone impression then. Yeah. Well, it's more like Indians, isn't it?
No, it was more. I seen Bunzo go off wide and spinning. Twilight just managed to get past.
Well, SRI had a lovely move, but then very nearly put himself in the wall. That's allowed David R back up side by side. Nearly. Or is he going to go for a bit of a switch back on Rudy? Maybe. Yeah, a bit. Oh no, he's not. Slowed it down enough. Side by side to go. Nobody's getting slipstream down there then, apart from those on the pack cap.
Yeah, Hay in front of. What is that? I think that's Twilight. I'm looking for the black bonnet.
I think that's actually Jimmy ahead of Hay.
No, Jimmy's. No, we're looking from Hay, are we not? Yeah, we're looking from Hay back to.
Yeah. You're right. Oh, by the way, Twilight's finished the race in 10th and Bunzel in 11th. They didn't get so close to the end. It didn't really, only just spotted that it was like the timer was out. So for 9th place up. Ooh, Hay and Gary. Oh, that's all right. David R still going at it. A little wobbly. So quick look at the tram up in top right corner. Dave the Harp heading into the right hander now. He's still got a gap over SGP. He's had a great race as Dave. Obviously this car on this track suited him very nicely. SGP Steve F1 second and third. Now we've got this battle for 4th. Jimmy's in 6th, and then there's a crazy battle on the pack cam. Ooh, a bit of a wobble for Demon R there.
Yeah, he's looking, he's not giving up. He's trying to get SRI out of shape there. Oh, is SRI going deep?
He's close to the wall. Well, it's on the pack cam, it was close to the wall. Dave Hart's going to take the victory. Nicely done, Dave. Hardly saw you, but nicely done. SGP second, the pack cam's still busy. Steve F1 third. Demon R's closing in on the back of SRI. Is it enough or is it too little, too late? That's what she said. I think it is going to be too little. Flash your lights all you like. It ain't going to make a difference. SRI 4th, Demon R 5th. Jimmy with a pit stop.
Sideways. Back cam. Oh, he's crashed into a wall before the last corner. And then we've got Jimmy and Rich Blues and Gary side by side.
Yeah, Rich and Gary. I think it was Hay that lost it. Rich just ahead of Gary. So Jimmy 6th, Rich 7th, Gary 8th. It is Hay in 9th for the Twilight and Bunzel. But yeah, well done to Dave the Harp there. Like I said, we didn't see much on the race video, did we?
No, we don't.
No. Thing is though,
that's what happens when you drive off in the distance.
Absolutely. So
boring.
take a breather. So then, Ray, interesting race that. What did you make of it? Actually, I'll get to you in a second on that one. So, Dave the Arp takes the victory, the maximum of 20 points. SGP is second. Steve F1 third. SRI fourth. Demon R fifth. Jimmy is sixth. Rich Blues is seventh. Formula Gary in eighth. Hay in ninth. Twilight 10th. Bunsel 11th. And Bob finished in 12th. Nearly missed Bob off. Well, it'll be interesting to see what that has done to the standings, but we won't see that until later. So, yeah, what do you make of that race then, Ray?
That was quite busy, actually. I don't think it was busier than last week, but it was busy.
I think
Last
you might
week
be right.
We couldn't get a joke in, could we?
No, that is true. Oh, there's Bob in a yellow car. He's definitely looking at covering off Twilight, isn't he? With how much he's steering to the left. So it'll be Bob on pole, Twilight second. Obviously, it's reverse grid reverse grid for the second race. Who's that in third, Ray?
That's Hey.
Hey, is it Hey?
Boy George, Chameleon.
And
then we've got, sorry, Dave, Rich.
And then we've got Alonso in fifth place. Yeah.
When did we get Alonso, Jesus?
Well, I don't know.
Can we afford him?
Probably not.
We've got somebody we can't read because he's cut out half his name, Jimmy.
Yep.
And then we get Demon R.
Yep, and then we've got Sorry 69. If you'd have done that, you'd have had less children. And then we've got Steve F1. And then SGP and Dave the Harp. Unfortunately, Bunsel not able to stay for the second race, but Dave with the win starts from the back. It's kind of a poison chalice winning a race because it does mean you're going to start from the back. But here we go for race 6. Oh, Bob has got his wheels straightened, thankfully. Otherwise, he'd have been doing donuts soon. The lights go out. We're at 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go in the Renault Megane Sport Thingy Majiggy Trophy Megane. Oh, Twilight.
Behind you.
Oh, Twilight's had a blinding start there.
Yeah, how's he going to keep it in turn 1? Is he going to go all the way around the outside? Looks like he has.
Yeah, well, interestingly as well, a lot of people struggle with turn 1, turn 1 and 2 in the previous car around this track. Obviously, this car does have a lot more grip, but the speeds are very different. Oh, I think Rich, sorry, Dave.
Dave the Harp up to, well, he was 9th, he's back down to 10th. SRI, Jimmy, and Demon R, 3 wide.
Yeah, just about closing in on Alonso. But I suppose it's probably quite difficult for the drivers to go from a slow car to a race car like this. It should be quite a nice transition. Oh, Bob's got to run on Twilight for the lead on the back cam. Now on the main screen, can Bob go around the outside? This wall on the left is still going to be a risk to all of the drivers. Can everybody get past it on this occasion? Alonso only just makes it, but he has dropped down all the way to the back.
Yeah, a fantastic race here for Twilight and Bob. Bob didn't make the apex, but he might get a better run out. Just taking that slightly wider line and not having the upsetting of the curb there. But as we say, Demon R and somebody's in the pits, I don't know who it was, but Demon R, Steve F1 side by side going up to turn 1.
This could get interesting.
You're a wee bit ahead of me, so you might be able to tell me.
Oh, Steve F1's run a little bit wide, and so have a few cars behind them. I was going to mention, coming at full speed into turn 1 and 2 on this lap. Very different to getting there from the start finish, as Dave Harker's a little bit wide. And I believe it was Hay that's dropped into the pits. Maybe, I don't know if it's because of a bit of a lag, maybe he's dropped back out of the action for the moment. I do not know. Dave Harp, though, had a few adventures already. Won the last race, mentioned it's a poison chalice. It's proving to be so in the first 2 minutes of this race. SRI all over the back of SGP now, and Jimmy making a move on Dave.
Yeah, we're going up the hill, and then we'll get this left-hander. Now, I couldn't quite get my lines through here if it was good to stick to the apex or just stay that wee bit wider, but as you can see, Dave the Heart coming in there. Gary's off, SRI's off.
I think Bob's had a moment as well. He's slow, look. He was in second, he's not anymore. I bet he's hit the wall. So I think 2 or 3 drivers ended up hitting the wall there. Jimmy up the inside of Dave the Harp, trying to make the move. I like the way you move.
I don't think Dave the Harp liked the way he moved there.
Maybe not. I think you might be right. Okay, so... Oh, is that Dave closing in on Bob? Yes, it is. Oh, my breath already. Oh, no!
He's in the wall.
Yeah. Now, the front of...
That's alright. Gary side by side. Oh, wee bit of touchy-feely.
I was going to say, the front of Gary's car almost looks like it's kind of got a sort of smiley face with the mouth wide open. So if he goes across the grass, it'd be like he's eating the grass.
Oh, Gary's slowing down.
Maybe. Did he have a bit of contact with someone there? Maybe. On the pack cam, I do believe that's Twilight, who is leading the race at the moment. Great to see him up there at the front. As
and Jimmy side by side. How's it going? You ever go into that corner? I don't know. I don't know. What's the line for that corner? Is it just got multiples? It depends.
I think it's got multiple. Like, I think. Oh, Bob is in the wall again. Oh, disaster! It's all gone 808.
Dave the Harp's got the move. SRI's trying to follow Dave the Harp through with Jimmy, but he's side by side. SRI's got the line into turn 1, but Jimmy's hanging it out the outside. Look at that.
Absolutely, absolutely. What a move as they're going down the straight. I don't even know who's ahead of who at the start of the straight. I wasn't watching. I was too busy on the sound effects. Oh, SRI and Jimmy side by side into one. Could Jimmy stay on the road? Yes, he can. Lovely bit of driving.
And there's Alonso in the background waiting for this to kick off. He'll be on the team radio like, hey, let's let them have their GP2 engines.
I reckon it'll be like, I can buy myself engines. Oh dear. I don't know why I went for Miley Cyrus's song there with flowers, but about engines instead. But there we go. The joys of alcohol. Why not to drink, ladies and gentlemen?
These are side by side for it's nearly a lap.
Yeah, it's allowing Gary to close in. I mean, you mentioned about what line to take around there. Well, for both of them, it's working. But here, Gary, no. Where's Gary gone?
Gary
there he is. So maybe it wasn't a great move, unfortunately, there from Gary. Saw a gap, went for the gap, realised the reason there was a gap is because the others were braking for the corner. Oh, look at the pack cam. Twilight has got Demon R closing in on. You might not see it now, but it was on the main screen, that's why. So yeah, the gap between the two at the front has come down dramatically.
Yeah, we're going to turn 1. Just try to see a difference of lines. Oh, the fuck. Twilight was going to be a wee bit wide there, but he managed to keep his rear left on the tarmac there. Demon R, where are you going?
He went a bit more than rear left on tarmac, didn't he?
He's trying the Jimmy.
Aye.
Oh, SRI's got Gary side by side.
Let's see how they get on this occasion. We saw Gary go a little bit late on the brakes earlier, didn't we? Let's see if we can get it slowed down here.
Still side by side, and it's fantastic. They're giving each other a bit of room, but it may have commentated curse that in a minute.
Absolutely.
We'll soon find out.
Oh, sorry, what was that, Greg? What did you say?
Yep.
Okay, so headed down into the right-hander where the wall of doom is there ready to collect anyone who goes wide, and Dave got very close to it. I'm sure you opened one about 10 minutes ago as well. I hope they're little cans. Dave the Harp going defensive. That could allow Jimmy to have a decent run. SRI's got a run.
I think you hit the back of Dave the Harp, and that's just saved Dave the Harp. Yeah, it has, because look at the wee bit of a gap. Dave the Harp's got now, but Jimmy's going to have the side line.
Twilight's off! Twilight's off it from the lead into turn 1 and 2. You mentioned on the previous lap he got close to dipping a wheel. He definitely did it this time. Oh, chaos on the back cap.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
It was like an Afghan Barbie doll.
Oh, jeez. It's over there, over there, and over there. Unfortunately for Twilight... Oh, shit, I just spoiled. Unfortunately for Twilight, yeah, don't try pouring beer over a keyboard while doing commentary. Oh, Bob! He's alright. Yeah, so Twilight had Steve F1 pass him as well as he was still recovering, as Gary now making the most of Bob's little excursion.
And then, oh god, Dave the Harp on Rich Blues in the background there, as Bob's keeping it tight, but it's going to flick him out wide out there and he's going to end up in the gravel if he's not too careful. Rich is going defensive on the brakes. I wouldn't be surprised if Dave the Harp actually gave him a wee bit of tap. I don't think there was anywhere Dave the Harp could go.
So, obviously, we've got the... Sorry, Dave. I wonder if there's a... sorry, Rich. Sorry.
Sorry, I don't think Dave had to say sorry. While Rich was on the brakes, he was moving across the track there.
It looked a little bit like Jimmy was trying to get Dave the Harp slipstream, but there was a car there.
Four wide. We don't want 4 wide.
No, breathe in. Oh, a little bit.
Dave, are you in? Oh, yeah, he's still there.
They just survived. I mean, that was kind of a little bit treacherous. I mean, that's what we were saying earlier about don't really want to be making it 4 wide. I mean, obviously, sometimes the occasion calls for it, but yeah, heading into a corner like that, yeah, it's hard enough 2 wide. Dave the Arm giving, sorry, Jimmy. Giving Jimmy a little bit of a tap. Oh, that battle that was allowed Gary to open up a little bit of a gap now in 5th place.
Yeah, Alonso.
Yeah, all with 3 wide.
3 wide up here. Oh, this isn't going to be great going in to this corner.
But the risk.
The risk is too much here.
Well, I was going to say,
looks like he backed out there.
Yeah, I was going to say the risk there is if one of the cars understeers, then Oh, that got so close for Jimmy up against the wall. But yeah, I think Dave backed out of the previous corner to get a run into the next one. Oh, but Bob's had a bit of a moment. Dave had a moment on the curb. Jimmy's had a moment on the curb as well around the final corner. This is still allowing Gary to have a bit of a gap, and here comes Bob now. This is where the drivers. I was going to say, this is where the drivers got to be careful that they don't try and move across to get a slipstream.
I want to go 4, please, no 4.
Yeah, don't want no 4-play here, mate.
He having a wee touch on the grass. He, after his pit stop, finally catching up to the pack.
That is. Oh, Jimmy's out wide. He'll get away with it though. Alonso wide, and who was that? It was Dave, I think.
Dave the Harp's wide as well.
I think Hayes.
But he's got that inside line. He might be able to keep his place from Rich.
Yeah. Depending
how Rich gets off the corner here.
Jimmy got a good move on Gary there. Made the most of that moment. Bob under pressure now from SRI, Dave and Rich. And looking on the pack cam, Twilight's got SGP closing in on him. Very, very interesting stuff. Jimmy's got wide nose. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned about the line through that left-hander. It is a very tricky one because it's a banked corner. I think it very much depends on the car. If you can get it turned in and then go for like full throttle, you can go for it. But if you get it wrong, it's horrible. Jimmy, a little bit sideways there.
Yeah, Gary tried pressure him into turn 1. He's not going to get there as we cut to Damon R. I was about to say what time we were at. We're only at 12 minutes, so... no, it was Demon R Twilight.
Yeah, it's Demon R Steve F1.
Oh no!
Ooh, 5 wide! Yeah, so don't go 4 wide. No, don't want 4. Go 5 wide instead. So, yeah, I think Steve F1 is actually close. Yeah, on the pack cam, look, Steve F1 is closing in on Demon R for the lead of this race. SGP is closing in on Twilight for 3rd place. We've then got a bit of a gap down to Jimmy in 5th place, but he has got everybody else right up his chufter. So, sort of 3 different battles going on at the moment. And interestingly, I mean, I was going to say interestingly to do with the championship standings, the last race definitely mixed things up a little bit, and the way the cars are situated at the moment, So, I mean, I think coming into these two races, SGP was leading the championship, but he didn't win the first race, and he's not winning this race either. So I don't know if he'll still be leading him, but he's definitely all over the back of Twilight. But also, look at that back cam.
Yeah, no, it depends on where everybody else is finished, because it was Dave the Harp that won the last race, and I don't know who else was where, so
Absolutely.
it depends where everybody else finishes as well.
Yep.
So
SGP's looking.
He might save his skin, he might not. Yep, looking into turn one, what's he going to do? Is he going to make Twilight have to take a tighter line and try and breed round the outside? I don't think it's working that time.
Oh, took it on the inside.
He's switch.
Sorry, I'm keeping half an eye on the pack cam. They very nearly went 5 wide again, but they slotted into a slightly more civil situation. SGP
Using that glass side to their benefit.
Oh, yeah, too right. Oh, Dave the Arp, little wobble. And that's allowed Gary close, but here comes Bob. Yeah, so a lot going on in this race. I mean, you mentioned as well about Dave the Arp. I mean, he didn't feature much on the video in the first race of this week.
I tell you after this race, I'm going to have to read some poetry to calm me down. It's been mental, like, I don't know, I don't think it'll work in the middle of the race. As we see SRI and Dave the Harp side by side, no we don't, we switch over to SGP and Twilight.
I'm waiting for the joke here.
It's too busy, I can't.
I'll let it off. Demon R. Oh, Bob! Oh, and Jimmy have both. Actually, there's a. You know what? There's been a massive pile up. Lots of cars off the track where the wall of doom lurks. I don't know exactly what happened there, but I did see Jimmy and Bob both spinning, but there was cars off in the background, which would suggest that it was at the previous corner. Okay, Demon R on the pack cam, got Steve F1 closing in on him once again, and then we've got Twilight fending off SGP. I mean, I've got to say, Twilight's been having a brilliant race here. It was unfortunate.
Oh, he's had a wiggle.
Ooh.
He's got SGP's side by side.
He's took the chance, hasn't he?
He's took the chance.
Oh, look at how close the leaders are as well. So close. Here we go. Steve F1 having a look. Demon R going a little bit defensive. SGP is ahead of Twilight now. So Demon R's not had much to do so far in this sort of like previous 15 minutes. Now he's got his bitter rival. Needs a bit more sugar, does Steve, and then he wouldn't be so bitter.
Oh, he's got a wee bit sideways out that corner. They're going to give Steve F1 the run. Like the run as in catching up, and not the runs in his fucking jeans.
In his jeans, and it runs in the family. Wow, it's interesting. Steve F1 is close enough to get a decent slipstream here. Twilight still on the back of SGP. The rest of the field, that one big battle has broken up a bit. Here we go, Steve F1 looking to the inside of the kink, but it'll be the outside of the right-hander. Oh, Demon R taking a lot of curb and grass there. Maybe just trying to make sure he gives Steve F1 room, but I think Steve's ahead. Yes, he is. Ooh, just. Oh, on the pack cam, Twilight's taking the place back. No, he's not.
No, they're side by side, I think. Was SGP not?
SGP was ahead, yeah, but Twilight's coming
Was
back.
it?
And Demon R coming back past Steve F1. But they both go a bit wide. Was that too aggressive by Demon R? Yeah, of course it was, yeah.
Well, he's not letting them through, so he might not think it was aggressive.
Maybe Steve F1 just likes it, love. That's why he wears headphones.
He can't hear him coming.
Oh, God. That's the funniest thing I think you've ever said. Oh, Twilight, no! Oh, dear.
It's only me and you and Steve
The two
F1 don't get that
Steves,
joke.
yeah. Oh, Twilight, I think Twilight might have been listening in. Okay, so Demon R still ahead of Steve F1. That pack that... Oh, your mother. That pack that had broken up is now coming back together, and here it is. We've got Dave, Bob, Rich, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy up the inside. Oh, Gary Hawley.
Alonso nearly get wiped out. It was like, was it Canada? Was it Canada where he flipped it
Australia.
upside down?
Yeah, it was
in
Australia.
Raw?
Yeah.
Against the
Against the barrier.
outcome?
Yeah. That was
Was that
it
Australia?
was Australia down at turn 3. Yeah, when he collided with.
Okay.
It was a Haas, and it was.
An arse.
Yeah, it was an Arth. Steve F1's closing in on Demon R, having a look on the inside into the left hand. Can't quite do it. Skinny. Oh, Demon R's gone wide. Oh, he's gone.
Is he on? Is he on?
Hello. There he is. Oh, look at how far behind he is now. Oh, what's that from Alonso? I can buy myself panties because I need them. So Twilight still behind SGP. Oh, Rich!
Whoa, Rich, where are you going?
Okay, so looking at the time, we've got 1 minute 10 to go. I think the drivers are going to get one more lap, with it being 1 minute 20-ish a lap for very high boost. So Dave the Harp under a lot of pressure from Bob.
Alonso was looking for the switchback and he gave a wee tag to Elliott.
It's Jimmy as well.
And that's allowed Jimmy up the inside. How's this going to work in turn 1?
Well, Rich is going to get a great slipstream now. I don't know if we're going to get to see it though, because SGP were looking at him for a moment. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Rich did get a good slipstream, but couldn't do anything about it. Bob closing in on Dave, but Gary closing in on Bob. And Jimmy closing in on Gary. Oh, Gary going for it. Can he get it slowed down into this corner? Just. No, he can't. Oh.
I thought there was a wee tap for behind on Bob there.
Well, that's what I did wonder if a bumper appeared there out of nowhere, a bit like Randy Orton. Out of nowhere! So, what have we got then? We are at 20 minutes. This is the final lap as Jimmy and Rich are side by side. Steve F1 leads this race with a gap to Demon R. Jimmy gets ahead of Rich.
Oh, something's off. Who's off?
It was Twilight.
Twilight off again?
Yeah, it was, yes. He's dropped down to 8th. Oh, it's all gone Pete Tong for Twilight in the closing stages. Steve F1, though, with his yellow headlights, going to take the victory. Not that he can hear us. Demon R in second place. SGP in third. Dave the Heart manages to come through to get 4th. Great result in the end. Jimmy in 5th place with Rich and Gary side by side for 6th and 7th. Who's ahead? Rich is ahead just. And then we got Twilight in 8th. Bob in 9th. Hay in 10th. And then SRI. Oh, I'm guessing something must have happened to SRI as Hayes' handbrake is tested across the line. And then SRI in 11th place. Oh, holy cow, what a race. What a race. So, Steve F1 taking the victory of race 6 of the Mjao. Well done to him.
Yeah, what a race.
Yeah, absolutely. Bloody brilliant that was. I only told you to blow the bloody spectators' minds. So what do you make of that race then, Ray?
Bonkers.
Barb.
Absolutely bonkers. Did you ever listen to that music when you were young?
Not really,
Bonkers.
no. Confirmation there, Steve F1 victory, maximum 20 points, Demon R second place, SGP third, David Hart 4th, Jimmy, I've got to tell you, that's a good result for Jimmy, and for Rich, 5th and 6th, Formula Gary 7th, so close between the two of them, Twilight, unfortunate in 8th, Bob in 9th, Hay in 10th, and SRI in 11th. Well, you know what, we're going to have a look in a moment at what those two races have done to the championship standings. And hopefully I think it'll be quite interesting. So let's go and take a look at the current championship standings. So why don't you take us through them, Ray?
Alright, I'll just calm myself down before we do it. A wee bit of poetry.
Oh,
There was once a man named Dave who dug up a prostitute grave. She was mouldy as shit and missing a tit, but think of the money he saved.
Oh my god. Shocking. True but shocking.
Is it true?
No.
You're that Dave?
No. Okay, right. I'm going to get onto the
It's
points
that-
here.
It's in your basement.
No, I was just going to tell you that I am starting a new job soon as a guillotine operator.
You're just taking the tip off.
No, I'll be heading there shortly.
Sorry.
It's not bad, that one. Okay, so have a look at the points then. So SGP.
There was a man from China who wasn't a very good climber. He fell off a rock, cut off his cock, and now he's a vagina.
Oh, very good, very nice.
Right.
Shocking.
Look at the time, so.
There once was a driver called SGP who liked to race until he needed to pee. He's won a few races and he leads the championship, and I don't know what rhymes with that. Okay, so SGP is leading the way on 99 points, and then take a look at this. Demon R, second place, 92 points. Dave the Harp tied second place, 92 points. Steve F1 tied second place, 92 points.
Ooh, freeway battle there going on.
And then tied fifth, Rich on 59 points, Jimmy on 59 points. That's their best ever championship position, I believe, so far. Hay is 7th on 49. Only 2 ahead of Art Pal, who's missed the last couple of races and is going to miss the next one as well. Then there's a bit of a gap to SRI in 9th, who's only got 1 point over Gary in 10th, who's only got 1 point over Twilight in 11th. We then got Bob on 29 and Jason on 26 with Bunsell on 6. So I don't think I've seen a DGT championship where so many people are so close together when it comes to the championship standings. But also, I don't think I've seen a championship for a long time in DGT where there's so many cars together on the same piece of tarmac around the racetrack. So I probably would mention to, or like to mention to the drivers that, over the last few championships, we've praised the drivers for brilliant racing. And don't get me wrong, we've seen some exciting racing. Let's make sure we don't let the standards drop. Although I think it's potentially a bit of a difficult championship, this one. We're swapping from one car to another, from race to race. As it says on the GT Sport video, when you want to go online, racing etiquette is the most important thing in racing, because etiquette of racing is racing etiquette. You probably don't remember that video, do you?
Is that the one I keep skipping?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I think I should go and watch it.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Okay.
Cheeky cunt.
I do believe there has been a report placed. Although I don't think there's been any penalty come of it. But we'll have a look at that on the G-Spot. I do want to quickly mention that obviously over the last 4 or 5 weeks we haven't done any G-Spot stuff. To be honest, with the technical issues that I've had with the computer, it's just not been possible. But with having a report, we will get on to that. You never know, we might have a look at some of the things. Nothing naughty. Well, it's what your class is naughty.
Depends if you're SGP or not.
Mm-hmm.
Steve F1.
Yeah. Well, SGP is naughty. I mean, even his wife would mention that. Right, okay, so 4 races to go in this championship. At the next races, I can't remember what track we're at the moment, to be honest, but it might even be Monza. We are, I believe, going to be driving a Ferrari F40, which is a bit of a bonkers car. It's very, very fast, but sounds amazing. It's an iconic car. So, yeah.
It's an iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
iconic car. It'll be very interesting to see how that race goes. Right, Ray, thank you very much for joining us on commentary.
No, thank you for having me.
Were you trying to find a sound effect there? No?
No, I was actually looking for the nitrous info. Well, it'll take me a while.
Fair enough. Right.
Not what she said.
Oh, no, she never said that. Are you done already? If only you could do the dishes that quick. Oh dear. Right, okay, so thank you for listening, everybody, for watching. You know what to do: like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell. Don't forget as well, there is merch available. Custom items are available. Feel free to drop us a message and let us know what you want. And make sure you join us for all of the action for the remainder of this championship as we head into the hotter months of the year. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Giddy.
Was that meant to be Quagmire's giggity? Alright.